Good afternoon, this is Tina. How are you doing today? Start from with this video. We're gonna have several videos talking about one-to-one relationship. And one-to-one can be implemented in three ways, like we can using join column, we can using shared primary key, and we can using embedded class. And for this video, we only talk about one-to-one unidirectional join column. Okay, so let's go to our code. I made a little bit of change on this project, which I comment all the entities so there's no conflict, okay? And if you want to play with those demos after download, make sure you uncomment the entity annotation. And to run this demo, just run this one, okay? I have to change the package. Okay. Just run this one. It will automatically run for, if you want to test one-to-many, just uncomment. It will create tables for the one-to-many for you. And today, in this video, we are talking about one-to-one. So let me create a one-to-one dot join column. And now I create a class. Suppose let's using customer and address. And make sure you have the entity annotated, okay? Excuse me. And what? Public long ID, and then we had another string first name, and we have another string last name. Okay, and then we're gonna have another class which is the address. Annotated with entity, and also we're gonna have ID, public long ID. Here we also sorry, not a public, private. Public is also fine, but normally we are using private for encapsulation, right? And string street, private string zip code. And if we want to have getter setter, you can add a getter setter, okay? And also same for the customer. And for unidirectional, one-to-one only has one annotation, okay? Suppose in this case we have a private address, okay? Which means a customer has only one address. Since it's unidirectional, address doesn't know anything about the customer. Okay, for the relationship, what you need to do is add one-to-one. One-to-one. And by default, one-to-one will map to a foreign key under the customer. Okay, because when Hibernate trying to map our entity to the tables, first let's see, okay, address, and for how many columns in the address table? I see, okay, address only have 3 fields, right? So we only have 3 columns, okay, in a table. It doesn't know anything about the customer, so it doesn't make sense for the Hibernate to add the customer ID in the address table. Just literally translate the entity to the table. That's why the reason when we're using one-to-many, it add a join table by default. And then when Hibernate trying to convert, map the customer entity to be a table, he see, okay, here I have address, okay, so I will turn this address relationship into a foreign key in the customer table. Let me show you. If I just run this one, okay, run it. And first I will go here to delete all the tables under the Hibernate demo. Okay, now nothing is here. I'm gonna create this, run this one. Excuse me. Pretty simple. If you understand the One-to-One, this one will be exactly the same. Okay. And the foreign key gonna be the this variable name, address, plus the address, the primary key name. So it's gonna be address underscore ID. Okay, it's done. And let's take a look at here. They created two tables for us. Under the address, there are nothing. Okay, nothing related to the customer. Okay, because our customer, our address entity doesn't know about the customer. And under the customer, you're gonna have an extra column. Okay, which is a foreign key. But everything in the database is bidirectional. When we talk about unidirectional, we are talking about the OO design. We are talking about the relationship between the entities, and we are talking about the association. So suppose you want to customize the join column, you can using join column annotation, and you can specify another name. Okay, by default it's gonna be address plus this address, this ID, primary key. And suppose you add a column here, like called address column name is address ID. Then by default, the foreign key name will be address underscore address ID. This is ugly. So in this case, you can do is you can using join column to customize for the foreign key. Okay, the join column name. Pretty simple, not very difficult in this case, because you already learned about many-to-one, one-to-many. This is simpler than that one, right? So let's go here. Let's see, this one is changed. Okay, so that's it for the one-to-one unidirectional, and we are using join column. So if you have any question, leave a comment, and if you want to see the source code, you can go to the description to download. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.